asked in a 1 mark question, this is sufficient, law of the variable proportion. Now it may also be asked that why is the ABC curve U-shaped in 3 or 4 mark question. In that case, this concept needs to be explained, right? You can draw this diagram and show that it is being derived from the TVC. Mention that when it is increasing at decreasing rate, ABC will decline, and when it is increasing at an increasing rate, ABC will start rising. Okay, now after understanding these two, again we have to understand the AC curve, average cost curve. Again, see, AC is the summation of AFC and ABC, right? Now what happens to AFC? It continuously falls, diminishes, but it is never zero. What happens to ABC? It first falls and then it rises, or U-shaped, right? So now the behavior of AC is affected by both these curves. In the initial stage, the decline in the average fixed cost is very high. Like you can see when I was numerically doing it, 100 upon 100, then 50, then coming to 33, then 25. But as I will go on, move on further, that decrease becomes smaller. But here ABC continuously rises after certain point. So here the shape of the AC curve is also U-shaped based on the ABC curve. This is the point till where it is declining. After this point it is rising. This is the minimum point of AC. So it means still here the rise in the ABC is being compensated by the fall in the AFC. But after this the rise in the ABC is more than the fall in the AFC, and then it eventually starts rising. Okay, this we will do in detail also in the third when we do the relations. Then we have to study that why this happens, that AC falls for a longer time than ABC. Okay, now we have to study about the marginal cost. That is the first so we will study about marginal cost. Okay, as we already done, marginal always means the change in the one variable when you change the other variable by 1 unit. So marginal cost is the change in the total cost, or you can say it is the additional cost incurred on producing one additional unit of the output, right? And it is equal to TC at n minus TC at n minus 1, right? Or you can say change in TC upon change in output when output is changed by 1 unit, right? By how much the total cost is changing. Again, see, the behavior of the marginal cost curve will depend on the total cost curve, because it is being derived from the total cost curve. So again it is U-shaped due to the law of variable proportions. But before coming on to the graph, we have to understand one more thing, that the marginal cost is the change in total variable cost only. Means when you are saying additional cost, that is the change in cost, or here I have written the change also, that change will only be in the TVC. Simply you can understand, because TFC is constant, so the change will always be in the TVC. Mathematically it can be proved. See, it can be written that MC at n is equal to TC at n minus TC at n minus 1. So it means that MC at n is equal to TFC plus TVC at n minus TFC plus TVC at n minus 1. What I have done, I have simply broken TC into TFC plus TVC and TFC plus TVC. Now see, in the short run this is same, this is constant, doesn't change. So actually it is the TVC at n minus TVC at n minus 1. This concept also is important, you have to remember. Can be asked in a 3 to 4 mark question also, that marginal cost is the change in the total variable cost only. May be asked in form of true false. So again we can see its behavior is depending on the TVC curve. So again it is U-shaped. This is the marginal cost curve. If it is asked why it is U-shaped, first we have to remember the name. Marginal cost curve is U-shaped. Why? 1 mark question. Answer will be law of variable proportions. And a 3 to 4 mark question, the same answer which you are writing for the AC, that it is because of the, it is derived from the total cost. Here you can write instead of, so that you don't get confused, instead of the ABC you can write TC. It is derived from derived from the total cost, and it behaves in the same way till the total cost is increasing at increasing rate, decreasing rate it will fall, and later it starts rising. See, now after studying these various curves individually, right, and first you should go through all these curves and you should make sure that you know the individual behavior of these curves, because for understanding the next topic, that is relation between the various curves. Between the cost curves, we can call them as between the cost curves. So we have to study few relations. Like first we can study the relation between TC, TFC and TVC. Then the relation between AC and MC. Then ABC and MC, and then ABC, AFC and AC. These are the 4 important relations that we have to study under the this particular chapter, relation between the cost curve. And most of the questions that you come across in the chapter of cost, they are framed from these diagrams or these relations. First we will study the relation between TC, TFC and TVC. Okay, as we have already drawn these curves on a single diagram. This is the TFC. For TVC, I told you can divide it into 2 parts. Makes the diagram, makes it easy for you to make the diagram. Okay, this is the TC curve. When you are writing the relation, you have to draw the diagram and you have to mention the points of a given relation, right? So whenever you are ask a question, explain the relation between TC, TFC, TVC or any other curve, diagram is important. After the diagram, the explanations are important, and obviously what you are showing on the axis, like here I have the output, I have the TFC, TVC and TC on the y-axis. The first point could be that TFC curve is a horizontal straight line because it remains constant in the short run. The reason being it remains constant in the short run. Second could be TC and TVC are inverse S-shaped due to the law of variable proportions. Third point would be, now again first we have to understand the distance between these two remains constant, right? Earlier also I told you, because the difference between these two is nothing, it is the TFC which remains constant. So this point can be mentioned, or it has to be mentioned rather, that the difference between or the gap between TC and TVC remains constant because it is nothing, it is the TFC which remains constant in the short run. Okay, so all these points need to be mentioned because it is an important concept and this question may be asked from you. So have a careful look and understand it. Okay, then next we have to study the relation between AC and MC. First you draw your MC curve, that would be U-shaped. Then you draw the AC curve. Okay, the important point to remember, minimum point of MC, and this should be the minimum point of your AC. Means the minimum point of AC should always be at the point where it is intersecting with the marginal cost curve. Okay, then when you explain this, obviously you have to mark what you are showing on the various axes. Here I have the output, here I have the AC and MC. When you are explaining the various points, first thing is that both are U-shaped, and the reason is law of variable proportion. Both AC and MC are U-shaped due to the law of variable proportions. This is the first point. Then second point, now again you have to observe that the minimum point of MC is before the minimum point of AC, right? Minimum point of MC is before the minimum point of AC, or you can also say that MC starts rising before AC starts rising, right? Now the next 3 points are based on the diagrammatic understanding. You have to understand the diagram. See, you can divide it into 3 phases. First this phase, and then this phase where it is minimum, and then when AC is rising. You can see AC when AC is more than MC, or AC is above MC. When AC is above MC or it is more than MC, then AC always falls, right? When